Bitcoin just break out to the upside again. However, we have some concerns that we need to address in this video. Welcome back. My name is Choi. This is your trading and investing channel, Blockchain Thunder. In this video, I have some important update for both Bitcoin and the stock market. So let's dive right into it. Let's start with the Bitcoin CME chart. In my previous video, I mentioned that 90% of the time, the Bitcoin price during the weekend is dictated by the price of CME market on Friday. So on Friday, we close at around 10,880 and the candle high is around here. So it's at around 10,000, $11,085, and the candle bottom is at around $10,810. So during the weekend, the Bitcoin price usually 90% of the time will be oscillating in this channel. This is to prevent a new gap to happen on Monday. Therefore, let's move this two line to the spot chart. Okay, I have moved these two lines to the spot chart and we can see this channel here. And let's take a look at the 4-hourly because we have some important update for Bitcoin here. In my previous video, I mentioned that Bitcoin formed a bull flag. And the target of this bull flag is around $11,100. And right now we have met this target. We can see that on the 4-hourly chart, Bitcoin formed another bull flag, which is something like this. And you can connect it here. And then this morning on Saturday, Bitcoin just make an upward move and break this triangle to the upside. And the most important thing is 90% of the time, Bitcoin price during the weekend will oscillating in this CME channel. However, this morning we break it. And this caused a problem. Because if Bitcoin keep moving outside of this channel, on Monday, we will be creating a new gap. And then if the Bitcoin price is up here, then the gap will be here. That would be a problem because there's a high chance that we might come back and refute it. So that will create some bearish movement on Monday. This is why this candle and the next few candles are important. If I am a bull and I am a market mover, I should be pushing the Bitcoin price down in the next 2 days into this channel to avoid new gap on Monday. Meanwhile, let's take a look at BitMEX index funding. Remember that I said in negative, the bulls are in power. In positive, the bears are in power. Right now we are close to zero, which means the bulls and bears are pretty much in balance right now. And if the bulls wants to keep the price up on Monday, the best thing to do is to push the price down during the weekend. And this price movement will keep the index number negative. And this will give a great momentum for the bulls to push the price up on Monday. On the contrary, if I am a bear, the best thing to do right now is to push the price up. And this price movement will make the index number positive. And this will give a great bear momentum on Monday. So, take your pick. Are you a bear or are you a bull? Jump down to the comment section and let me know. Now, let me remove these lines. And let's go back to the daily. Right now in daily, the good thing is that BMAX index funding is still negative, which means the bulls still have momentum to push the price up in the near future. And because of the RSI movement, we can now adjusting this line like this. And you can see that the RSI has breakout into a new uptrend. And this is a good thing for Bitcoin. However, we can see that the RSI touched this line once, twice, third time breakout. You know what's the next thing, right? The most bullish thing for the next movement should be come back and retesting this line. This will give a great momentum for bulls if it bounce off this line. But of course, my favorite trading pattern is not for it to testing this line, but for it to break this line and then bounce off. This would be the most bullish thing for Bitcoin. But we'll see what happens in the next few weeks. On the weekly, we can see that we have a beautiful green candle right now. It hasn't closed yet, but this looks very bullish for Bitcoin. And also a negative number on the weekly. This is powerful for the bulls. Let's hope this number will keep negative for the next 1 or 2 weeks. That would be very good for the bulls. Now let's take a look at some altcoins. The one I want to look at is Uniswap. So Uniswap is one of the DeFi project, decentralized finance. Anybody can come up here and swap their tokens in this Uniswap interface. And it's one of the most early DeFi project. And for the last several years, Uniswap never has a native token, which is really weird because right now almost every DeFi project has a native token. But yesterday, or the day before yesterday, Uniswap just issued their native token, UNI. And take a look at CoinMarketCap. So Uniswap just came out like 2 days. Right now it's already at place 31 on altcoin place. And the price is up like 43 today. And if you take a look at the Uniswap chart, when I noticed it, the price already jumped from $1 to about $3, and today it's trading at about $7. And take a look at because we don't have RSI right now, because it just came out. Let's take a look at the 1 hourly. So if you take a look at the 1 hour chart for Uniswap, you can see there is a pretty clear symmetric triangle. And today it break out to the upside, so which means there is still a possibility for the Uniswap token to go even higher, and that will put its place on the CoinMarketCap to even higher places. So if we measure the movement of Uniswap price, you can see that it already jumped like about 27 times in 2 days. What does this mean? Yes, right now Uniswap token is the altcoin leader at the moment. And almost every altcoin will have to look at Uniswap's price. And I'm pretty happy about the Uniswap price movement, because Uniswap just gave me like a 400 coins, which means those coins are worth about 2,800 right now. And I'm also providing liquidity for Uniswap, so hopefully I can get some more Uniswap token. And I think the potential for Uniswap token is really large. as the one of the biggest DeFi project. The Uniswap token, in my opinion, should have the potential to go into the top 10. And look at the top 10. We are at around $3 billion market cap. And if you look at Uniswap token, its market cap is around 600 million. And which means we have about 5 times upward movement potential. So if you times this by 5, it could go up to at least $20 to $30 for each Uniswap token. So it's full of potential. And if you also look at the DeFi pulse, right now, lots of people are providing liquidity for the Uniswap. And it's right now the top 10 for the DeFi project. So I'm very excited about this. And as an altcoin leader, if you remember in my previous video, I mentioned that there is a secret market signal in the cryptocurrency space. That is, the funding will go into the altcoin leader first, and when the price go up, the market leader funding will be extracted out and injected into Bitcoin, and that is Bitcoin, how the Bitcoin price will go up, which means right now we have a pretty clear signal for the Bitcoin price that it will go up in the near future. I don't know when, but I think it will happen pretty soon. So be prepared for the price movement for Bitcoin in the next 2 weeks. Now let's come back to the daily. So why do I think this retesting go back down would be a possibility? That's because there is something that is in line with the gold market, silver, and also stock market. So let's take a look at gold and silver right now. The Bitcoin price is usually correlated with gold. Here is the gold chart. In the last few months, Bitcoin has been correlated with the gold price. And let's take a look at the gold price now. Last week, the gold price moved up of this resistance line. However, last week, we have another dump and retesting this line. Right now, the good thing is we are still above this resistance line becomes support line. However, it looks there is a possibility that we have some selling momentum. Look at these upper wicks. These are all selling momentum. So there is a possibility that next week the gold could break this support line to the downside. If that happened, and if the price got sink below this support line, there is a good possibility that the gold price could go even lower, at least to this level, or better yet, go down to this level, and this would be $1,800, and this will give a good buying opportunity for many people. So let's take a look at the silver chart. Take a look at it. We are still inside this triangle. However, it looks like there is a possibility that silver will be break down next week. And if this situation happens, then there is a very high possibility that the Bitcoin price will also be dragged down, correlated with the gold price. And also there is also a high possibility for silver to go down as well, following the gold step. If silver price goes down here and testing this horizontal support line, and then the bearish descending triangle pattern will be finished. And if it keep going down like this, and then we have finished this pattern, and the price will probably go to the next support line, at least around $23.3. However, if the gold price didn't go down to this level, instead if it goes up like this, and then it's also possible that the silver price will also make an upward move and break this resistance line, and that would be great for the silver price in the short term. And remember that in the last few months, Bitcoin price is also correlated with the stock price. So right now, let's take a look at the stock price. Let's start with the Nasdaq first. So I have to say that the Nasdaq doesn't look pretty right now. Let me remove these distracting lines. Okay, so in the last week, last 2 weeks, we have some W movement for the Nasdaq, but last week it has a dump and make a lower low, and this doesn't look pretty for the Nasdaq. Now let me remove this line. Now let's take a look at the RSI. Remember that last week we have one touch point and we don't have a second touch point, but right now it looks like a second touch point is forming for the Nasdaq. And right now we still haven't got another touch point yet. You cannot put it like this because that means it already break out, but this is not usually I charted. So we still have to wait for the Nasdaq price to keep going down. This way we can have a downward movement for the RSI. In this way we can have a touch point for it. Right now we still don't have this touch point yet, so we have to wait. And this will be in line with the downward price movement next week. So let's take a look at S&P 500. So on S&P 500, take a look at RSI. We have got a touch point here. If I move it something like this, you can see that we have a touch point pretty much here. And on the S&P 500 chart, you can see that we also make a lower low last Friday, and we don't have a lot of buying momentum from the downside. The wick is pretty short. This is why we don't have a lot of people buying. So take a look at the fear and greed index. 52. We are at neutral, but almost 50% of people are afraid right now. And this is a good thing actually for the stock price. So I still think that this price movement is good for the stock price. I think the price will keep going down. In this way, we can be certain for this touch point for the S&P 500. So if you take a look at the Dow, you can see that the touch point for Dow is really clear. You see one touch point, two touch point here, and keep going down. This is very good. And if the price keep going down, RSI will also going down, and then we can form a third touch point. And this will be very good for the stock, because if we break out here, that will give a high possibility for the stock price to go up. So let's see what happens next week. The question is for you. What do you think of the Bitcoin price? What do you think of the gold and silver price? Do you think the stock market will crash next week? Jump down to the comment section and let me know. We can discuss. And if you like my content, don't forget to click that like button and subscribe so that I can bring you guys up-to-date information. Okay, so that is my update for Bitcoin, gold, silver, and stock market. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.